Okay, so here's your first notes of the scale. So G, all three fingers down, remembering that our B flat has to touch that little, our first finger has to touch that little B flat key, right? Not only touch it, but we're going to cover that key.
Yeah.
And we're also touching the key right above it, right? So we always want that down there, and our other two fingers are down on the G, but we're always in that position. So we start with that G, and we move these, webbing these two fingers together to come up to B flat, all right? And then from that, let me play the notes so you can hear them. Right? And then we go B flat, starting, that's our note, next note of the scale, right? Next note higher than the G. It's our G minor pentatonic is what we're playing. So G was our first note. Now we're going up the scale, B flat, and we're going to do our two-note scale with the next note in that scale, C. C is just the middle finger. And remember that B flat key, when you come down, make sure that you're feeling the whole little key. Back and forth, snapping the fingers as you go. Snap, snap. If you don't snap, you're going to get that blup, you know, in between, right? And remember that whatever note you're bringing down, it has to come down before you let the other one up, because otherwise you're going to get that note in between. See? So. Remember, just try to get into that snapping kind of thing, where you really snap your fingers
back and forth.
Yeah. Keep it relaxed, no tension. Alright, and then when you're on the C and going up one more, you're going to D. All fingers are down plus the octave key. And remembering that when we're playing our octave key, that we keep our hand on the octave key itself, right? It's not here and moving it over there like that. We don't do this. We just go on the octave key, always resting on this key. It's kind of like putting my pressure on that, but I'm right there. Now I can, all I have to do is just bend my thumb a little bit, right? Moving the first joint just to play that. So while I'm on the octave key, I've got all my fingers down, and I'm playing D now, right? So I'm going to go from C, only one finger down, middle finger, all my fingers down. As my fingers come down, remember, still touching that B flat key. Don't forget that, right? Always feeling that tiny key. If you're not feeling that tiny key, then you're not doing it right. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Once we got that, now we're in that second octave with our D, right? We have the octave key on, and it stays on. So now we can go from D. Right? And then we're going from F to back to that G, but with the octave key on. And that's as far as I want you to go today.
Okay.
All right? For this week.